Hello, my beautiful Capricorn friends, and welcome to your horoscope for March of 2023. We're Capricorn this month. It is a significant month. It's important. We've got Saturn changing sign, we've got Pluto changing sign, and we've got Mars ready to move forward, really, truly move forward finally into the energy of Cancer, bringing everything we've been working on since August into a real nice actualization. So it's a really good month to be paying attention to what's going on. So if you want to know what's coming up in the cosmic sky for you, what are the energetic patterns that are available for you, I've got that for you coming up. Now, before we jump in, Capricorn, I have got an absolutely delicious gift for you in the description box down below. 6 hours of my Astrology 101 digital course available for you for $25. Click in the description down below, grab it. I really want to make sure to support you and to create content and to create products and to create learning materials for you that let you get your basics down, right? You really want to understand those houses. What do those houses mean? When I say fourth house to you, what does that mean? When I say that your fourth house is in a cardinal square, what does that mean? And even if you don't want to be an astrologer, I want you to have enough of the basics of the lingo underneath your belt to just kind of rock and roll with me. And if you do want to be an astrologer or advance or bring this into your own life, this is a great way for you and I to study together. You can take it at your own pace, let it absorb. This is not a learn it in a weekend kind of thing. Let it absorb so that as you're traveling, you can see the patterns of how these energies show up in your own life and your own chart, okay? All right, Capricorn, that's all in the description box down below. Capricorn, right here at the beginning of the month on the 2nd, we've got Mercury moving into the energy of Pisces, okay? Now, Mercury in the energy of Pisces lights up your third house space. We've already got Neptune here. Your ruling planet Saturn is soon to be in here as well. But Mercury in Pisces is not, Mercury likes to be intellectual. Get the facts. Give me the information. I'm whipping, zipping. Give me the details, you know? Pisces does not work that way. Pisces is more vague. Everything's everything. Nothing's nothing. You know, it's a very much so that kind of energy. So trying to intellectualize, even in your third house, which is where this lights up, is not the strongest use of Mercury in this particular placement. Instead, you want to tap into your emotional and your intuitive intelligence. This is the real strength of Mercury being in Pisces. Close your eyes, trust your intuition as you're having a conversation. If you have a dream and you're like, man, I haven't thought of that person since 3rd grade, and you pick up the phone or you find them online, trust the intuition that you're guided with through this season. We'll see Mercury moving out of Pisces on the 19th. So you've really just got a couple weeks to kind of roll with this and let your emotions and your intuition be the bulk of your thought and your communication style, okay? As we get to the 7th, busy day. Busy day. If you can take it easy, I would love for you to be able to do that. And if nothing else, give yourself and others a lot of grace. We've got changing energy on the table, okay? So first of all, we've got a full moon happening at 16 degrees of Virgo, so fellow earth sign. Now, the full moon is asking us to end something, acknowledge something. We need to make an adjustment. But all the lights in the sky are on so we can see where we need to make the changes. And also in the energy of Virgo, because Virgo really wants us to be efficient. And Virgo's gift is discernment and service, right? It'll show you. You may know, you're like, yeah, listen, I've been distracted in some way and it's been stopping my growth. And so you start to get it organized and get yourself together. Now, this particular full moon is going to light up your 9th house space. Publishing, marketing, broadcasting, international travel could be something that is available. And it's interesting because the ruling planet of this particular lunation is in Pisces. So I will just tell you, Capricorn, I think if you are trying in this next, certainly this next 2 to 3 weeks to make travel plans, they may seem foggy, or you're like, you feel like you don't have all the details for some reason, or, you know, whatever it is, it can seem like something about your travel plans are slipping between your fingers a little bit. Don't panic. This really will move on. But this is a great time too, I think, to ask yourself the question of efficiency. Do you need training? Do you need to be sharing your message? You're providing training for someone so that they can be efficient, right? Like, where is everybody coming up kind of together in that very public, expand your horizons kind of place? Now, later in the day, less than an hour, we're going to see Saturn move into the energy of Pisces as well. So we've got Mercury, Neptune, Saturn here, Saturn being your ruling planet. As Saturn comes into the third house, this is funny. Again, I have this signature for you of like, what's going on with making travel and travel plans a priority? It seems a little bit complicated, or like you're having to work really hard to like travel. Okay, so if that's a situation, I just want you to know that seems very real. Now, Saturn's movement into the energy of Pisces is, first of all, it's about taking us to the next level, right? It turns up the volume on where we can go. Okay, it makes you get honest, and through honesty is where we encounter maturity about how we function in this area of our lives. Now, in your third house, truly, you might be going, okay, I need to learn to communicate a little bit better, or how I communicate. I need to study something. I've got to go back to school. I've got to get this training. I've got to, whatever it is, I've got to make content. I've got to have a conversation with my siblings. I need to, and I'm ready to buy this house instead of renting. I'm ready, right? All of these third house conceptions, Saturn is ready to take you to the next level with them. Now, cosmic results may vary. You guys know that I say that because depending on your level of maturity and mastery in this area of your chart, mostly and particularly around faith and trust, and being able to be vulnerable and grow in this area, depending on your level of maturity, Saturn can feel really hard. It can feel like the world is kind of gray. You know, it's very Kermit. It's not easy being green. It can feel like that. But also to the other side, as you start getting it, Saturn is not the punisher, but it is that personal trainer that's like, you don't get your summer body with Cheetos, you know? Like, Saturn just does not let that happen. And instead, when you get that last set in and you have really pushed, right? Saturn is that coach looking you in your eyes, celebrating the victory, celebrating your mastery. So as you achieve, you get this mastery and you grow, Saturn also rewards that, because for some of you, this is third house. Are you going to finally put that book out, or you become a #1 bestseller? That course comes out, you know, you teach this class, you've got a child who's doing very well in elementary. What does this look like? Either way, it's bringing it to that next level, okay? On the 16th, we see Venus moving into the energy of Taurus, again, fellow Earth energy, and this is beautiful. I am a fan. I am a fan. It's going to light up your 5th house, okay? So, pleasure. This is pleasure. This is play. This is children. This is taking a risk. This is it is decadent is really what it is. So Venus in this area, yes, you could absolutely be spending extra money. You know, your kids are like, you're going on a summer vacation or spring break or whatever it is that you've got going on. Children, you could be absolutely spending more money on them, or whatever it is that you care for. You know, do you have plant babies or animal baby? You know, what does that look like? So you could be spending extra money in that way. But also, it's just really very, pleasure is the value in this area. So I would tell you, even if you can't travel, you know, do up your home, take a risk, move the couch around, go to that place that you've never been to, have that cake you've never had. You know what I mean? Spend time with someone that you can pour a little decadent love onto. This is a really great energy to do that. And this includes, you know, it doesn't have to be romantic. Certainly it can. But, you know, do you have a pet? Do you have plants? Do you have a friend? And you can really shower them with some of this magnetic Venus love, and it comes back like tenfold, okay? When we get to the 19th, we see Aries season beginning to start ushering in. So on the 19th, we've got Mercury moving into Aries. On the 20th, we've got the Sun moving into Aries. And on the 21st, we have got a new moon at 0 degrees of Aries, which is our absolute sign that this is a fresh start. This is your fresh start. Capricorn, okay? Right? Plant your seeds of intention for what you would like to begin in your home, family, real estate, property, what's changing with your parents, what's going on in your own psychological foundations. You know, one of the things too that I think is going to be really important is that Mercury in Aries is like, I'm not thinking about it or talking about it anymore. I'm making a decision, right? Like, boom, I'm making a decision now. This is great because especially if you've been on the fence about something forever, it's like, oh, I gotta stop talking about it and thinking about it and like make a decision. But you also do want to be mindful that you're not being short-sighted and you're not being impulsive and you're making a decision that you can't actually uphold later. But truly, you know, when you come back and you say, okay, I have done this way forever and I am willing to take a different take on this. I am willing to pioneer a new routine in my life. I'm willing to change my home around and accept, you know, that someone's leaving, someone's coming, that I have different ideas around my home and my family, and I will actualize them. This is a really beautiful use of this particular new moon, okay? On the 23rd, we see Pluto move into the energy of Aquarius, and remember, we're just getting a sneak peek of this year, so between March and June. Now, I do want to say, too, that in my Patreon group, which you can join and access in the description box down below, we are going to start March 21st going into a new series, understanding the transits and really how they work and taking a deeper dive into them. So if that's something that you're interested in on a monthly basis, then come over and check me out and hang out with us. It's really very good. But for this purpose, when we see Pluto move into the energy of Aquarius, first of all, it moves into your second house. Now, Pluto is a planet of destruction, but it is also the planet of empowerment. So this will simply depend where you're at in your lesson structure, because in your finances, around your money, the things that you value, your self-worth, right? You could be very empowered. Saturn spent a lot of time working through your sign. Pluto spent a lot of time working through your sign since 2008, right? So we look back to this 2008 time frame where Pluto started in Capricorn up until now, and you can really see that there have been some changes. You understand yourself, your value, money, things in a really different way. So in a really positive way, that can be like the height of empowerment. To the other side, depending on how you have planned your life, depending on what you have done with your finances, this can be a rough road. It absolutely can. Pluto is intense. It will absolutely, the intensity of it will call your attention to how you have built wealth or worth, or you haven't, and then we learn and we walk through that. But we're also in the space of understanding that how you build wealth, what you do with your wealth, is really different on the global stage than it has been in a very long time, okay? Now, as we're gonna close out this month on the 25th, we are gonna see Mars move into the energy of Cancer, and this is gonna light up your 7th house space. So all of this energy that Mars has had pent up trying to get through Gemini, and now it's here in this Cancerian energy. It's time for you to take some action, make some moves in your relationships, push some things forward. The thing that I love the most about Mars coming out of all of this 7 months in Gemini into a water energy is that hot water kind of gets cooled a little bit. That hot energy gets cooled a little bit by the Cancerian warm water. So you're not as hot-headed as you're going to do things in relationships. This is a chance for you, though, truly, all the way up until May 20th, to have a powerful period in your relationships. The actions you take, the strategies that you have, it's really a fantastic time to look at if you're still connected to relationships that have value in your life, that nurture you, that feed you. You know, I really do think for some of you too, Capricorns, you may be dealing with things that have to do with your parents or your mother, quite specifically. So I'd be interested to know if are you going on a visit? Are you making a move? Like, what is it in connection to the family unit that you're actually trying to make some of those, oh, this is a little bit harder travel plans that we were talking about at the beginning of the month? All right, my beautiful Capricorn friends, let me know in the comment section down below how the month is shaping up for you. I love you a ton, and I look forward to seeing you in April. Bye.